Hello, and this is another video about school. Not so much about the topics I usually talk about, but this is a video about school and issues. I'd like to thank two YouTubers for making videos on this topic. First, I want to thank Drew Gunby for making a video about how college is unfair. I'd also like to thank I forgot the second guy's name, but he was a Princeton student, Greg something. He's a Princeton student and made a video about how Ivy League, and that's basically what I'm going to be focusing on, is Ivy League and how it's not really all that great. Yeah, Greg Smith, I'd like to thank you for making the video on this topic I'm about to talk to you about. Anyway, we all think that Ivy League schools are like the best schools to go to, just because like how prestigious they are. Well, they are very prestigious and they will get you good reputation going to them, but they're not all that fun to go to compared to other schools. I mean, no accredited school is actually, or college that's accredited, is actually all that fun to go to, but this is where things just like get to be out of control at Ivy League schools, where they're always expecting you to get much better grades. Their standard is much higher. They basically like start to look after you and your grades. This is true because, you need to basically average like a 97 to get into an Ivy League school. Now, this may not be true for Brown, because Brown is less prestigious and they don't require grades. You may be able to get into Brown with a lower A, but I'm not sure about that, so don't quote me. Anyway, Ivy League schools, plus in addition to like MIT, and I know this school is not even close to Ivy League, but it's another offender, is Landmark, a school in the Vermont area that claims it's for special needs, but it's obviously not because of its environment being similar to Ivy League. And these Ivy League schools are just out of control. Since they require like high grades to get in, they expect you to perform well, and they intend on like kicking students out. At least that's what I think, if they perform worse. I'm not sure if that's true or not, so don't quote me, but they don't want students to be performing terribly. They just say, "Oh, sorry, you're performing too poorly. You can't go to school here anymore. You're academically suspended." I know my video on like why schools shouldn't be allowed to academically suspend students doesn't have any views, but it's an important video, so you should check it out. But Ivy League isn't all that great. Like there's also way more homework than in another school, and I'm not talking Math 55, which is an extremely hard math course, the hardest course of any undergrad course, or even grad course too. But in regular courses, there's also way too much homework, more so than in high school. And you know how too much homework it is a problem in high school. And this problem with Ivy League schools is just out of control. It's out of hand. We need to solve this problem. We need to tell people that Ivy League schools are not a good idea. Their prestigious attitude makes them a lot more stressful to go to. This is why, and this is not just Ivy League schools, this is also basically all other accredited schools. Why you should go to my school at forming because of this idea, but Ivy League schools are the worst because of how prestigious they are and how much they expect of their students. Anyway, I'm going to also mention that Brown is not like all the other Ivy League schools. It's much easier to go to. It's a little bit easier to get in, I think. And It's actually much less stressful going to Brown. They have more supports. Their physics courses have more supports for like lower level math, like pre-calculus is all you'll need to take a physics course there. Not sure of their requirements, but it's algebra based there, not calculus, like in other schools. Anyway, that's gonna do it for today. Bye.